I'm Tom, and on the weekend, next weekend, we've got Chev Clarke versus Viddal Riley, which in my opinion is a massive fight. I don't want to say it's gone under the radar, but perhaps it's gone under the radar. I've certainly not seen many people talking about it, which is really surprising because it's a fantastic fight, and I really do mean a fantastic fight. It's two guys that it's like Dillian Whyte versus AJ, and let me explain. Dillian Whyte versus AJ were two guys that not only kind of ruled the British boxing scene for a bit, but actually they went on to be top world level fighters for quite a while. And we've got the cruiserweight version of that in the sense of Viddal Riley, who's got the kind of casual fans somewhat on his side with his YouTube and KSI audience. You've got Chev Clarke, who's got the caliber there, the Olympic pedigree, that they're still early in their career. Just like Dillian Whyte versus AJ, they were early in their career when they fought. We've now got these two fight each other fairly early on in their career. And this is a fight that, look, they're friends. They're not, they'll admit themselves, they're not best of friends or anything like that, but they know each other. They've been in the same sort of camps and stuff like that. So they're familiar, right? They're acquaintances. And Viddal's been chasing this fight along with the Isaac Chamberlain fight for quite a while. And hasn't got it because Chev Clarke's kind of been on that trajectory and Viddal has as well, but he's just been that step or two below him. And I think the reason for that is we see Viddal, he signed with the wrong person. Viddal, in my opinion, signed with the Mayweather team, which meant that was American based and he had to keep going out there, and it's not really what you want to be doing that early on in your career. And then he came over to Boxer, and I don't like Boxer, I don't like Ben Shalom, I don't like Boxer. We saw what they've done with loads of other people's careers. I do think they've really stagnated Viddal's trajectory because I think Viddal's got it all. He's fantastic. And I think that, you know, coupled with injuries, right? Injuries have kept him out of the ring for quite a while, to be fair to him. Injuries have kept him out of the ring for a couple of years. And that doesn't help either. Whereas Chev Clarke signed for Matchroom, who needed at the time a new flagship cruiserweight. They had Lawrence Okoli. Lawrence Okoli jumped ship, and look how that worked for him, again, over at Boxer. But anyway, you know, jumped ship. They needed a new flagship cruiserweight, and they signed Chev Clarke, fresh out of the Olympics, who promising, you know, fantastic, got it all, and he sort of climbed quite quickly and became something, a bit of a prospect, right? And that's why he's kind of gone that step above Viddal. And what happened was he kind of stumbled a bit, didn't he? He went to that European fight and close fight. I want to say I gave it to Chev, perhaps a bit biased, perhaps not quite fair in my assessments, right? But I want to say I gave it to Chev. I haven't watched it for a while. He's had to come back down, and who's there the next run down? Viddal Riley. So we're going to see the fight. And that's really got under the radar. I think it's opening the show as well. And I just think it's a really fantastic fight. Again, you got Boxer versus Matchroom, right? And it's because Chev's kind of stagnated that little bit that's allowing us to see it. And Viddal needs that. Viddal needs that step up in opposition, a genuine test. I like both guys, and I really think I was hoping to see this fight perhaps a little bit higher up in their careers, but obviously we've seen the stagnation, well, not the stagnation, the stumble from Chev, and Viddal's struggled to get that activity, that competition, and you know, it kind of rolled round, we're going to see it now. But as I say, it's got that kind of for me, in my opinion, it's got that kind of Dillian Whyte, Anthony Joshua feel about it, which I think is great. I'm bang up for it, and I think the fact it's gone on the radar and it's not being talked about more is a bit of an issue, because it really, I mean, this is straight out of the top drawer. This is a fantastic fight, and what we're going to see is the winner of this, which is about as 50-50 as you're going to get on this card. Well, I say that, it's fairly 50-50. I mean, the main event's pretty 50-50. But the winner of this is probably going to propel themselves, kind of slingshot themselves, back up to European and fast-track their way, probably, to a world title. You know, you look at the top of the tree at cruiserweight, you've got your Japa tyres, you're steering clear of him. I know, look, they might see him as a future opponent, but you're not fighting him anytime soon. Then you've got your Ramirez, well, they'll be fighting each other. Below that, you've got Billiam Smith, who might move up to heavyweight. There's that space, there's a vacant gap between the champions, and even that, you'd have got, other than Jai and Ramirez, you got basically a gap that, bang, you're straight into that void. You win this fight, you go European, you win that, straight into that gap, where you are then looking at fighting Ramirez or Opataya, whichever one wins, Opataya, you're looking at fighting that. And, people will say that the cruiserweight division stagnated and it's really lacking that star draw, which perhaps it is other than Opataya. Well, this is their chance to get in that gap. And Viddal, I'm going to go Viddal Riley. I really just think he's going to, if I'm honest, I think Chev, if I were to base it off previous fights, has probably got more of a claim to beat Viddal than Viddal does to beat Chev. But I think every time I've watched Viddal, he has stepped up. He has come into that, stepped to where he needs to be, upped his game. And I think we'll see more of that. And I'm going to be there, right? I bought tickets and I was quite stupid, really. I bought tickets, quite excited to go, completely forgot. Me and my mates have booked to go to Centre Parks that weekend. So I sort of panicked a bit, tried to sell it, couldn't sell it. And so now I'm going, which is, there's worse problems to have, right? But it's a bit of a long trip, driving there and back and early hours of the morning and trying to find somewhere to park. You know how it all works. So anyway, I'm going to be there. I'm going to make sure I watch that fight. I'm actually really excited for it, people. But your thoughts in the comment section down below. Just quickly, a bit of a shameless plug. I uploaded a video yesterday, very different to my usual videos. I uploaded something called The Driver's Seat, solo podcast, about all sorts of different topics. If you liked it, so far the feedback's been pretty good. Thank you very much. Really opened myself up a bit, out of my comfort zone massively. Let me know what we talk about in the comments of that video. DMs are open on Instagram, Thomas_Gamble. Go give me a follow. It's new out on Instagram for this. We can have a chat, all that sort of good stuff, people. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below, people. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, a comment, subscribe. You know how all this stuff works, people. Peace.